Welcome everyone to this episode of Ryan Does Some Racing. Of course, did not stream this as you'll see, but this was a really good race. This is why just be patient. Especially in these longer races, you're going to see here, everyone always want to get going and you just want to get in the lead and everything, but sometimes being patient, not forcing it, you're going to see here just what can happen sometimes. So we started in second here at Spa. Just switched over to the Ferrari after doing some racing in the McLaren. Decided that this is probably, and I never learned. This is the same thing that happened at Road Atlanta a few weeks ago. I was in the McLaren trying hard, and then as soon as I switched to the Ferrari, things just got infinitely better. So you're going to see here right on the back end. I tried to even brake late. I was even going to go wide to try to avoid this. Turbo gets in the back end of me. He gives the position back though, so props to him. For doing the right thing there, and really, honestly, messing his entire race up. Him letting me pass there, going down into the into Eau Rouge and the Radeon, really just slowed him down for this entire bit. So, props to him. You can see he just dropped to fourth. So, you didn't have to do that. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, and it's going to pay off as you're going to see here. So, we're just going to get down at it now. We're going to second and a half distance here to Apex Predator. A lot of these guys I've raced with a bunch before I briefly moved up into A and then came back down to B. So Spicy Checo, Turbo, Apex Predator, I've raced with these guys a whole bunch. So, but here we go. We're just going to try to get some steady laps here. You'll see here, you can kind of see on the camera my new McLaren GT3 wheel. Still getting used to it. It is quite a bit different. I do notice that I have to turn a lot more. I've even messed with the sensitivity to try to make it a little bit more, but I just find that I have to make these movements much more drastic on this wheel. But we're getting there. The pace is coming back a little bit to what we were getting. I think it's just quite an adjustment to this wider, more GT3 style wheel than the GT1. But we're getting there, and this was obviously one of the better results that we've had with it. So it was nice to get the first win with the GT3 wheel. So we're just going to keep putting our head down, trying to put in good laps. Apex there gets a little squirrely. We like to see that. Door is open now. We've got a nice 4-second lead to third place. That means that we're sitting pretty. We've seen him be a little off on a few turns. We've seen him a few wiggles, a few mistakes here and there. So honestly, what I'm going to do, now it's 5.5 seconds to third place. I'm just going to stay back here and see if he can't make a mistake. It's only lap 1. We got plenty of time. I don't need to rush anything. You can see he goes wide here into the chicane before the finish line, so we're going to get right up on his bumper. So what I'm thinking here is he's made a few mistakes on that lap. Let us catch up and get right behind him. So why rush it? We've only finished 1 lap. Let's see if he can't make a few more mistakes and just give us the position. That way I don't have to try to make a risky pass or do something that may end up taking us both out, and we have a nice secure second with 6 seconds behind us. Why would I don't want to jeopardize that either. So I've done it pretty decent. You can see I do have to let a little bit there, and it's hard. Sometimes it's best to just keep it pinned, and if you have to take the half-second penalty, it's almost better than letting off there. But also you don't want to wreck. Probably about 4 out of 5 times I can go through there flat out and I get it fine. But every once in a while, I guess my angle isn't sharp enough, or I dive into that inside curb too soon when it bounces me to the outside. So I gotta let off a little bit to stay on track there. But he was letting off too, I think, at least a little bit, because he didn't really pull away from us. So as long as he lifts as well, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But we're still right on him, 0.7 seconds back. I get a little bit better of an entry there. He goes a little bit wide. I bite the apex a little bit tighter. I was braking. I do have to brake a little bit early in the Ferrari than the McLaren. But the Ferrari seems to be a little bit quicker getting out of turns, and it's just a little bit more maneuverable. A little less understeer than that McLaren. It was sometimes hard. I kept missing apexes because it just wouldn't turn in all the way. So the Ferrari turns in a little bit sharper. I do have to brake a little earlier, it feels like, but I'm getting better exits, so my lap times have been better. So Here we go again. Got it down to 0.4, and we're just going to keep putting the pressure on. Not let him get too far behind us, stay in slipstream range. See if we can't get him to make a mistake. He stretches it a little bit out there as I had to kind of let off.
No rush. See if they just finish this off.
Here's another one too, coming down here. I had to let off a little bit more than and sometimes in my practices, I didn't even need to, I just the littlest light lift to get through there. I had to go a little bit below 50% throttle there, which I didn't want to. I always seem to get a better run right here though, coming into the chicane. He gets this one a little bit better, but you can see he still misses the apex. So we get a better run again out of there. And we're just sticking right with him. Now we've put 7.5 seconds to the so we're running away, the two of us, with this this race. Apex just put in the fastest lap, but we put in our fastest lap, which is just about, what was it, about 0.3 behind him. So we're right there. Let's see, did I lift on this one? I don't think I did. Shift at the bottom of the hill, hit that inside curb. Yep, that was perfect, I think, but he also got it perfect. Because you can see he's also pushing it. So I think just got a little bit cleaner. We got it clean, but he got a little bit cleaner. So we're just, but now we're at the slipstream. We're closing on him a little bit towards the back of the stretch. Got a purple sector there. That's nice. Always encouraging when you're running behind someone, you're getting purple sectors. He bounces out a little bit there again, which just opens the door. Now we're getting right up on his bumper. Again, right now I'm not pushing it totally. Getting to be almost come up here on the last lap. If he gives me an opening at this point, I'm probably going to take it. But I'm not going to do anything super risky here. I don't want to try to put something where I shouldn't. So I'm just trying to keep that pressure on there. See if I can't get him to make a mistake. He goes a little bit wide, which means he's going to miss this apex. And I get right up on his bumper again, but just not quite there to really go for a pass. That wouldn't be too risky or have to take him out. So we're just evenly matched. We were only 2 1,000ths off on pole to second. Another purple sector. That's 2 purple sectors. Can we get the fastest lap on this lap?
2 sectors.
I've never finished a race with the fastest lap in GT7, which is pretty crazy. I've had it briefly and then lost it, but I've never kept the fastest lap. Nice clean through there. We always make up ground. Let's see if we can't make up a little bit. We're going to get right on the bumper. Get a clean slide through the back half of the chicane. Back on the gas. He's pulling just a little bit coming out of there. But now we're closing back again. We do get fastest lap right there as we head into the final lap. Again, I'm not quite close enough to really go for something. So we're just going to try to keep the pressure on. I think we got this one clean too. Let's see. Or at least we didn't have to lift. I think it's a little bit shaky, but in, shift at the bottom of the hill. We dip a little bit in the grass there, but I don't think it was enough to really screw us up. And we're getting a good run. Coming into the braking zone. Again, that Corvette's just quick enough to keep us out of lunging range. Like, again, there's not a move I can make there without just deliberately taking him out. So we tuck in, and there it is. Just the slightest, just overcooked it, oversteer. 3 straight, pretty much the entire race of me right in his rearview mirror, putting the pressure on, and just waiting for him to brake. Now we don't have to brake. I honestly, I've had that happen before too, where I finally get in the position it's almost easier to be dialed in when you're trailing, when you're behind, because you've got that carrot that you're chasing. I've had it plenty of times where once I get the position, within the same lap I screw up and then give it right back. So right now, just wanting to try to keep this clean, and we'll get a fastest lap and a win. Just tap that curb, flow it, tap that curb. Accelerate it out. See, we've got about 0.6 coming down to, 0.6 seconds in the lead here. Now 0.7, he had a little bit of trouble there. If we can push that, the more the merrier, so that he doesn't try to do anything. You know, you want to keep the gap up as we go into that last chicane, because if he's within 0.3 or 0.4 and it comes down to getting a win, they're probably going to make a lunge. I thought about making defensive here going into the last chicane, but at 0.7, I'm just going to take it normal. You can see I just kind of miss it there, but get it straight, put it in the second, and that's going to be, dip it into the green. We get the win. How about that? That's really encouraging. I know we're back in B and we want to be up in A, but I've had a rough few weeks since the wheel problems and vacation, and I was about 3 weeks. I almost didn't play the game much at all, and since I've come back, I've not near at the pace I was at right before all this happened. So getting a win felt good for encouragement. New wheel, a lot going on, but it definitely felt good to get the win and the fastest lap. Again, I've never done that. I've never had the fastest lap. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. I gotta leave it up to see my triumphant victory. See if Lando comes and breaks my trophy. There you go. Race 1 position, clean race, fastest lap, and the win. The only thing we didn't get was pole. We were 2 thousandths off of getting pole. But love it. Love it. Back in the groove. Let's get to it. Get some more wins. Get some steady. See if we can get our pace back up and see what we can do. But so like and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. More to come. Just stay tuned. And we ran away with that one. We were 16 seconds clear of everybody else.